All right, y'all, so I just watched the presidential debate, and it looks like Kamala Harris might actually pull this out, which means so much for America. But more importantly for you, how are you going to seduce her if she gets elected into office? Also, by the way, look in my closet, okay? But you got to get a head start on this now, okay? Because otherwise, you're going to be playing catch up. But before you get too ahead of yourself, you're going to have to learn some facts about the woman, okay? Know what makes her tick. Know what really, she's into. What makes Kamala Kamala, so you can weasel your way into her life romantically a bit easier. Now, I got some fun facts here that I'm going to share, and hopefully help you get to, where you need to get to. First of all, her name Kamala means lotus in Sanskrit, which, shout out Sanskrit, but basically you can use this for when you do pull up on her, bring a bunch of lotus flowers, okay? And then she's gonna be like, oh my gosh, my name means lotus. And you can be like, I know Kamala. Look, and that attention to detail really gets them going, okay? Also, parents divorced at like 7, all right? That means she's coming from a broken home. You can really maneuver your way in there because she doesn't know what a healthy home looks like because she didn't grow up with one. Now, this leads us to the elephant in the room. Yes, she's married, but she's married to a white man, which means she's easily impressed, okay? You can slide in there and be like, oh, drop the zero, get with the hero. Even if you're a white man yourself, what kind of competition you're dealing with. You can pull up and be like, oh, but like, I'm a better white man, though. Really flex on him and flex on their entire relationship. And also, white dude she's married to has kids that refer to her as Mamala. Deep down she hates that. Another fact, she's 5'4", okay? That means you're gonna pull up on her like these, assuming you're tall, which you should be. You should be tall. And as you pull up on her like these, like, oh, like, hey, it's so much easier to seduce someone who's shorter. Because like this right here, this is cool. But like if I'm like this, like if I'm like establishing my dominance, like without even saying anything, like just like with my posture, it's something. Also, she loves Doritos, which like, okay, like a little snack for Kamala, like that would be cool. But then also, she used to work at McDonald's, okay? So you can say something just glazing people who work at McDonald's. Like, yo, I have such a respect for people, who be putting the fries in the bag, and then she'll be like, wait, I used to work at McDonald's. And you be like, what? No way, do not play with me. No way you used to work there. She failed the California bar exam on her first try. This means deep down, she probably doesn't believe in herself a little bit, which means you can use that to your advantage and kind of reel her in. She likes to cook, very simple, okay? Very simple, like little date idea once you get her to divorce her husband or while she's with her husband. It really depends. Anyways, you can be like, let's hop in the kitchen. Let's make something shake. Let's make it work. And I feel like it's gonna be an offer she can't really refuse because she loves cooking. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Oh my gosh. Sorority girl. Oh man, see, this is gonna be easier than we thought. She has a large collection of Chuck Taylor shoes, okay? That means you gotta walk around her in some Chucks and she'll be like, oh, I like your shoes. And be like, thanks, I love Chuck Taylors. And she's gonna be like, oh, me too. See, it can really be all so simple. Ooh, this video is making me a bit too excited. I had to take my pants off. I feel so bad y'all didn't get to see the fit. But it's not about me, all right? It's about Kamala. Kamala, and it's about how you are going to seduce her if she gets elected, okay? So back to it. Her favorite books: Native Son by Richard Wright, The Kite Runner by Khaled, I don't know that last name, The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan, Song of Solomon by Toni Morrison, and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. Now, y'all know what to do with that, okay? Just simply pretend to care. It's not that deep. Be like, oh my gosh, like read the Spark Notes and then be like, oh my gosh, I love this book, blah, 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 it's about blah, blah, blah. She's gonna be like, I love that book, just simple stuff. Like, you've done it before. All right, and Mother Indian and father's Jamaican, which makes you wonder how she ended up with a white guy. But it seems like, they don't care about that sort of thing. Are they alive? Oh, father's alive. It sounds like mother is not. So at this point, you just gotta be tapped into the culture for real. Like me personally, I'm tapped into every culture that's not like British or the UK. So, it's not gonna be much of a problem for me, but like I feel like you should do your research on those cultures and really kind of like try to schmooze her with that. But those parents also took her to civil rights marches when she was a child, so it's not, she probably cares about things. I mean, which makes sense, like she's running for president, but it's like, she probably cares about things like a lot, which means you should sit there and pretend to care about things. Honestly, try to one-up her, but like she'll be like, oh, like this is a thing I care about, and be like, I care about it a little bit more. Don't say that in those words exactly, but imply you care about it more. Maybe shed a tear. Oh, she's a Baptist currently, which I'm less tapped into religion. I don't really know what that means. But again, just fake your religion in order to get with this woman. And I feel like some people worry about that, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like me personally, I've been every religion in the book. Like, oh, that's your religion? Me too. Like, it's not that hard, because it's like, you just need like a passing knowledge on whatever that thing is, and then you can really just pretend from there. She herself has written 3 books. One's about criminal justice reform. The other's about like kind of just yapping, like about like her like personal philosophy and all that. And then one is a kid's book, which is, I like that versatility out of her. However, yeah, take a glance at these books, Spark Notes again, be like, oh my gosh, I'm such a big fan, I love your books, and say like specific things. So she's like, oh, they did read the books. She said in an interview that her favorite burrito in the Bay Area can be found at a place called La Cumbre. Okay, so maybe you take her to La Cumbre. She's also a wine enthusiast. You know, that just, man, she's making it so simple for you. She also learned how to play the piano very young, okay, so she's very tapped in with music. And oh my gosh, these fun facts, they got me excited. It's just so doable and it's just so achievable. And I'm so excited for you to seduce Kamala Harris if she gets elected. And you know what, as a matter of fact, even if she doesn't get elected, seduce her anyway, you know, just for fun. You know, like I feel like it'll be a fun activity, like a fun, you know, it's not summer anymore, but like into the fall, into the winter, you know, just something to occupy your time with, you know. I know what you're thinking, okay, you know, Bryce, those were fun facts, but how am I gonna seduce Kamala Harris? How am I gonna get there? Here's how you're gonna get there, okay? Basically, you need to start posting like now, like completely glazing Kamala Harris, okay? Just completely looking like the biggest Kamala Harris fan in the world, so much that it gets attention. Actually, I forgot to tell you step one, okay? Actually, step one is be handsome or be pretty if you're a woman, or, you know, be handsome if you're a woman as well. Because here's the thing, okay? If you don't look good, the chances of you seducing Kamala Harris are pretty slim. Like, again, her husband's white, but at the same time, it's like, to kind of entice her away from this husband she's established like a 10-year relationship with, you're gonna have to bring something to the table facially that she's not getting. But anyways, again, you start glazing Kamala Harris. Now here's the thing. I feel like you wouldn't have to glaze that hard because I've known people who just spoken politically, you know, just generally speaking, and they've gotten offers from Kamala's campaign. And it's like, if you can get offers from the campaign, how much steps are you really away from being able to engage with Kamala herself? Someone say pretty far, and it's like, yeah, I get that. But the thing is, I feel like if you glaze hard enough, okay, like again, you speak politically, you get reached out from the campaign. You speak politically and you're like, oh, I'm liberal, blah, blah, blah. They're gonna reach out to you. But if you speak specifically about Kamala, and you're just such an aggressive glazer, because things people have been glazing her, okay, don't get it twisted, but they haven't been glazing her the way that you could glaze her, okay, like you could really get deeper in there. The way you can set yourself apart from the glaze is also glazing her personally, okay, be like, look at Kamala, look what she's been through, look at all she's accomplished, like, shout out Kamala, but in like low-key, like with that kind of energy, not too much, again, okay, you don't want to be like out there moaning, but at the same time, you want to be like, you need to make it clear that there's actual desire there, but not that you're trying to like display it exactly. Like here's what you say, okay, if your goal is to seduce Kamala Harris, okay, this is how you come at them. You're like, hey, yo, like look at Kamala's policies, she going hard, need her to get elected, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And then you're like, and she kind of bad though. You just slip that in. You just slip that in a little bit, okay? And mind you, I was talking about this. This is obviously seducing after the election, but the thing is, you got to start now, okay? Because then, if you start after the election, after she gets elected, you're already too late. Because now she's like, oh man, now they just all want to be on my meat now. Now that I'm officially elected, you need to make it clear that when there was uncertainty, you're still rocking with Kamala. And then here's what you do once she gets elected, okay? You post a video, you're crying tears of joy because Kamala was elected. All right, now this is gonna bring attention. Like people are gonna be like, oh man, this dude or young lady is crying over Kamala. Nah, you are crying over Kamala, okay? Because Kamala's gonna see that and she's gonna be like, oh, that's low key like sweet. Now, at some point throughout her presidency, she's gonna be doing a PR thing, okay? So she's gonna bring the biggest Kamala glazers together in a room so y'all can like interact and be like, oh yeah, Kamala's so great. You know, every president does it. And you, my good sir or ma'am, are gonna get invited because you're the #1 glazer, of course. All right, now you pull up to the event, wear a nice outfit, wear something that makes you stand out. Like people, they're gonna be wearing suits and like probably, what do women wear? Pantsuits. You know, y'all gonna be in your like Kamala like attire, but the thing is, stand out a little bit, okay? Wear something a little more cunty, a little more slutty. Like you see what I'm wearing right now? Not this, okay? This is far too casual, okay? You gotta actually attempt a bit more. Maybe a little bit of this, okay? Now ignore the top underneath, obviously, but you know, a little bit of fur coat action, okay? Very, very official, very cunty. Pulling up, people, you know, they're not gonna expect you to pull up in the fur, and then you do. You know, maybe you're wearing some nice leather pants, maybe a little crop top underneath, but you're pulling up on, you know, the glove kind of goes with this a bit. You know, you're gonna have the most aura in wherever y'all are at the moment. You know what I mean? And including Kamala Harris's aura. So you're gonna out aura her, and people are gonna be like, wait a minute, like look at this guy or gal. They're kind of going toe to toe with Kamala. Maybe wear some Rick Owens, you know, if money longs for you. But if money's short for you, don't even worry about it. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. Oh my gosh, I have to open my closet door. I want y'all to see it. Okay, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Basically, dress to impress. But anyways, you're at the event, you pull up on Kamala, you're like, yo, shawty, you shake her hand, super nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Y'all go back and forth. You throw out some of the fun facts that I gave you earlier. But at the same time, you're very chill, okay? You don't want to make it clear that there's a parasocial relationship there because as someone who has people who have parasocial relationships with me, when people pull up on you with that parasocial energy, it can be very creepy. So like, yeah, please don't do that. But again, make a good impression. You know, you're throwing out all the fun facts, like using them, like again, like you don't know these things about Kamala, but like, just throwing them out there, okay? And then she's like, oh, my name means Lotus. Oh, I love Chuck Taylors. Yeah, remember, wear Chuck Taylors to the thing. I know what you're thinking. You're like, man, okay, so at this moment, I should probably like ask for a number or something. No, okay, you gotta play it cool, okay? Your time will come. Your time will come, and it is not that time, all right? Just play it cool, make sure you have a good first impression. You'll just be chilling, and then a few months later, she's gonna be going through it with her presidency, okay? Like, something's gonna go down, and she's gonna be super stressed, you know, and she's gonna need another PR thing. But she's gonna think about only the best of the best, because it's not gonna be a bigger thing, okay? And you, again, are one of the best of the best. She's going like, oh my gosh, I met this person before, they're actually super cool. Now, this is much more of an intimate opportunity to get to know Kamala. And then, you know, you sit down with her, you're like, yo, Kamala, you seem stressed. What's going on? And she tells you, she's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm talking to this other country and they're like yelling at me and it's really hurting my feelings. And be like, yo, I can't believe they talk to you like that. Like, do you want me to say something? Do you want me to step in? And she's like, no, it's fine, it's all good. And then you'll be like, if it's ever not all good, feel free to let me know. Trust me, I'll take care of it. She's like, oh, you're so sweet. And you can be like, you deserve it. And then you gotta sprinkle this in. You gotta be like, yo, how's your husband? And she's gonna be like, you know, and then when you hear that, that's how you know you're in. And then she starts telling you how the presidency has put a strain on their relationship. You know, like they both have so much to do. They feels like they're pushing them apart. And then you can be like, man, that's crazy. Like, but like, how's he treating you though? And she'll be like, yeah, you know, he's not really doing what he used to. And you can be like, oh, sounds like you need a new one. And you're both gonna chuckle at this, but it's gonna be like, yo, for real though, you're the most powerful woman in the world. You can get it done if you need it done. And then she'll be like, I guess I can. And then there's gonna be a lot of tension there, okay? And she's gonna be like, do you want to come back to the Oval Office with me? And then be like, yo, yeah, of course. You're walking in the Oval Office, you're like, man, this place is nice. You know, and then like you pull up on her. Remember, she's 5'4", okay? So you pull up on her, you're like this, and she giving you that look. I wish I could tell you what happened next. But just know, you successfully seduced Kamala Harris. And yes, I know in that second part of the video, there's a lot of speculations like, oh, if this happens, if this happens, if this happens. But if you follow that general vibe and the general template of what I'm telling to you, I promise you, you will successfully seduce Kamala Harris. And then once she's successfully seduced, now who's the first gentleman? Now who's the first lady? You know what I mean? And look, if this video, if the Secret Service is like, yo, this video is like too powerful, you know, they don't want to see people seducing Kamala Harris, I'll take the video down. Just message me or take it down yourself. Do what you need to do, okay? I don't want any problems, okay? I'm just trying to help the masses if they have the intent to seduce Kamala Harris. But yes, mad respect to Kamala Harris. Love Kamala. Hope she, you know, does obtain victory. When's the election? I don't even know. But no, I hope everything goes well for her. And yeah, that's it on that front, you know. But just like all due respect, like I want y'all to know, like all due respect. But like, yeah, no, see, this video is made out of respect, okay? Because it's like, I feel like if no one wanted to seduce her, that would be a bit more disrespectful, you know what I mean? But I feel like people are definitely gonna want to, you know what I mean? And I wanna give them the most effective way. So yeah, shout out Kamala Harris, mad respect, good luck with everything. And I'm thinking about it, what is the thumbnail to this video gonna look like? I have so many ideas. So at first I was gonna do my normal thing where I'm just like, just kind of a straight face. But then I put this glove on, I was like, now I kind of want it to be incorporated. Like I kind of wanna be like, ooh. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyways, y'all gonna see what it's gonna end up being. But yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate, love you guys, all that stuff. But oh yeah, I haven't posted in a minute. And I'm gonna get back on that horse. I'm gonna get back on that horse. But you know, this video, of course, took a lot of research. And also, do I have another excuse? I don't think so. But yeah, I'm gonna start posting more. Anyways, see ya.